Hello everyone, it's Lydia and I have a project share today. So these are design team projects for my paper passion. I will add a link down below to Natalia's exhibit shop where you'll find beautiful laces and embellishments at awesome prices. So I finally got around to playing with a Prima doll stamp. Took me long enough and I created my first Prima doll tag. Yay! Are you proud of me, Karen? I am not a tag maker. And everything that I learned about making tags, I learned from Karen, JB Lady Scrapper 48. She's a wonderful teacher. So this is the Prima doll stamp that I used. And I stamped her on the Prima tag, Copic colored her hair, and paper pieced her dress. The papers I used are the Vintage Amour stack by the Paper Studio. Thank you, Karen. And I also created some lace flowers. So let me show you my tag first. So here's my tag. And look, I actually did like a little mixed media here. And what I did was I first distressed the tag with Vintage Photo, and then I sprayed it with Lindy's. I used two colors, Down the Rabbit Hole and Frosted Forget-Me-Nots. And that's the bluish color. And then I used some Punchinella and my modeling paste to create some texture on there. And then I used all of these laces are from Nat's shop. So I have this pretty like flat pom-pom one. I colored her hair with my Copics. I added this little piece here is from a trim from Nat's shop. And then the black doily back here is also from Nat's shop. These are Prima flowers and I added some gesso. And then these words here that says keep faith, be helpful, and smile big are from the Prima Lifetime 6x6 paper pad. So I just cut those out and added some Vintage Photo and glued them on there. And then I added this pretty little heart-shaped bead. And then down here, I used the same floral print that I used on her dress. And I used an EK Success Punch on the edge here. And on her shoes, I added some liquid pearls in the color is Bisque or Bisque, however you say that. And then here on the top, I just added some more lace from Nat's shop and some brown and white twine that my sister sent me. Thank you, sis. And I pop dotted the doll figure there. So that turned out really pretty. Not bad for my first mixed media tag, I think. What do you think, ladies? Okay, so let me show you my flowers. What I'll do is I'll show you the flower first, and then I'll show you the lace that I used to create the flower. So depending on what lace you use, that will give your flower a different look. And I like using a variety. All of these laces are from Nat's shop. So here's my first one. Shabby chic, 2 layers. That turned out really cute. Here's the back. It's nice and poofy. And then I added one of my beaded centers. And for this one, I used this, I think this is 2 inches. 2-inch wide eyelet trim from Nat's shop. And I cut it right here. So that's where I cut it. So I made one flower from this section and then one flower from this section. This one I used on the bottom and this one on top. So that's what gave me this beautiful shabby chic flower. It turned out really pretty, and the beads aren't showing up the true color. They're really pretty pink beads in there. And then I made this one, and this one I called the butterfly trim because to me they look like little butterflies or dragonflies in the center. So this is the flower that I got from that trim. And then in the center, I just added a crochet doily that Tere sent me, Paper Lover. Thank you, Tere. And then I added the bead centers that I've been making and using a lot. I have to make some more of those. That's what it looks like from the back. Isn't that pretty? Then I made this one with this trim. And this one I did not cut. I just did a straight stitch and gathered it to get my flower. And I added again a Julie the Paper Bag doily and then this pretty bead cluster that I created. So that's pretty, or really pretty and vintage. I wanted to use it on this tag because it matched perfectly with the blue in this paper stack, but it was too large. So that's flower number 3, and 4 is yellow, and I used this pretty yellow trim from Nat's shop, and I used it as is. I didn't cut it. Again, I just did a straight stitch. So this is the flower that I got from that pretty yellow trim. Julie the Paper Bag Lady doily, and then I used the flat back and buckles from Nat's shop. She has those, and this is a pretty shabby one. This one was inspired by Sarah Elliott. Thanks, Sarah, for the inspiration. And I sprayed it with some Lindy's in, this is my Mojito Green. And then I added tulle in the center. And then you take your heat gun and you just tap the edges, and it kind of melts the edges and gives it a more shabby look. And then I added a pretty sparkly bead and then some pearls. And for this one, I used this is like a pretty sagey green. I love this trim. The color is pretty. And I trimmed off the top, so this is what I have left. I'll use that. It's like a little scallop edge on it. I'll use that on something else. So I just trimmed that off. It was up here. And then created my flower, and then I added 1, 2, and 3 doilies from Julie the Paper Bag Lady. So that turned out pretty, and then here's another white one. And for this one I used this beautiful soft cotton trim, and it has a floral pattern on it. And I used that one as is also, and then I just added a white bloomer and another pearl and flat back from Nat's shop. Here's the back. So that turned out really sweet. And then here's my last one. This one's my favorite. And I used this trim here from Nat's shop. It's really wide. It's probably 2 inches as well. And I cut it right here. And then I created a flower with this section, and then I created a flower with that upper section. So again, it's a double layer flower, and this is what it looks like. It turned out really cute. Isn't that pretty? Here's the back. And I just added a center that I just received from Maggie in Iraq. That turned out really pretty. That is my project share for today, everyone. Thanks for watching. Post comments if you wish and subscribe. Have a fabulous day. Bye.